So I'll begin. Let's take this. I'll begin, and afterwards Fabien would follow. I'm very, very happy and proud to present to you tonight something very new, because it's the first time that we're presenting it. It is our new wiki called Urban Wiki, registered trademark by Advancity, of course. And as you can read, I won't say it, it's something I hope is very new. So when you came into this room, you got a little document, which is indeed an abstract, and it's the abstract translated into English of this document, which is available on the internet on our website, advancity.eu. And indeed, it's a resume of what we did in a study that took about 1 year in 2014, and that was made in order to help territories and cities, because it's our main purpose to implement what we do in territories. And Uma, I'm sure this will interest you mostly. So we did the job in order to help territories, and the abstract you have, remember that this document is divided into 3 parts, which you can hear here. First of all, our purpose was to know how did some cities, collectivities, to put innovations in their projects, because it's sometimes very hard. It's hard in France. We now know that it's hard in foreign countries too, and we had those studies, those benchmark. So you have this first part explaining which is the favorable context. You have a second part which is made with examples of a pilot project, and you have a third part which is how to evaluate, to communicate, and to make it possible in other cities in France, of course, and abroad. And right now, this is what Fabien will show you, and it's really, we're very, very proud because we ended it last week, indeed, and he'll show you what we chose in order to make that wiki, and which is the ergonomy of the wiki. Fabien, so the floor is yours.
So as you saw, this document is kind of hard to digest. It's very interesting, but it's 150 pages, and I'm guessing that not everybody I'm gonna read all those pages, and but like there are many very interesting facts inside. So we decided to get like an easy way to update these documents and an easy way to digest this document. We decided to, as a first step, to extract the content of this vademecum into an urban wiki. So you can see it's unfortunate, but we don't have any Wi-Fi access now. But so we have some pictures of the beta version. As you can see, it's a very common design, quite simple. We decided to choose the Wikipedia design because it's the most common and the most user-friendly as a wiki. So a wiki is not made to be beautiful, but to be useful for you guys. So we decided to use an open source software, and that could be used by anybody, citizens, cities, and all the stakeholders of sustainable cities and cities of the future, city planning. Yeah, this is another picture. So we're gonna translate the website, so you will participate and integrate maybe your content if you will. But you can have many ways to enter the content of this book, depending on your main focus and on your main interests.
And last slide. So, left you have where we are now. Where we are now, we have this wiki integrating informations gathered in this document. That is to say, examples of projects led by cities, Examples of cities: Smart City Amsterdam, Vienna, Austria, Greater Lyon, Nice, France. We have Santander, Barcelona, and probably I forgot some cities, I'm sorry. And so those examples show why it worked, why sometimes it didn't work very well. And afterwards you have in this wiki legal focuses, because it's very important. I don't know if in foreign countries it's as important as in France, but in France, we have something that we really do like, which is called the public market regulation. And it's a framework which is sometimes a bit constraining and which may not help cities to implement innovation on their territories. So those legal focuses are very useful for French cities. And what we learned from foreign cities, from Smart City Amsterdam, from Vienna, Austria, for instance, were very interesting for us to know how to manage with our own regulation. And third, you have how to develop yourself best practices. So that's what we are now. Where shall we go? I say shall we go because we will go there. When I want to go somewhere, I always go where I want to go. So the first thing, and Fabio told it, we shall, in the next few weeks, because as you understood, we do a lot of things by ourselves with our hands, and we shall translate Urban Wiki into English. As far as Wikipedia is probably the most well-known wiki in the world, our Urban Wiki, I hope, because it will be translated into English, will be the most urban wiki well-known in the world. Second, and that meet, I guess, an interest of Uma and your question, the question you asked before. We want to integrate more cities as examples, because what I heard today shows how great the material you have is. And we absolutely want to give you the opportunity to go inside Urban Wiki and to share what you do with us. And 2 days ago, when we talked to Victor, I presented him Urban Wiki and said, it would be great if the material of the Metro Lab could be integrated into Urban Wiki. So, as soon as possible, as far as we have translated Wiki into English, you will be able to join whether you want to join. Third, we will address new issues. The first issue we will address is the issue of safe city. It's a great issue for most people because we always say we build cities for our children. I would even say that we would like to build city for ourselves when we will be older, sometimes handicapped, suffering from different diseases. And I would appreciate to be able to live in Paris suburbs even when I'm older, which will come pretty soon. So we will address the issue of safety in cities. And that was decided in a meeting, an international meeting in Tel Aviv on the 11th of May. And it was decided that Advancity would support a platform, exchange platform, between Grand Paris and Tel Aviv concerning that subject of specific safe city. And from the 11th of May, I heard that Nice and Marseille would be very interested in being involved in that project. Third of all, and I'm very happy to have with her Mr. Louvet and friends of the National Federation of Civil Engineering, we will share expertise on civil engineering, help cities to manage sites into cities. We told it this morning, it's difficult to manage when you have existing housing. Our city do exist. That is to say that we have to transform them, to adapt them to face climate change. And that implies sites into the city, disturbing people, disturbing industries. So it's a very important issue, and we are beginning to work on it in order to have recommendation on how to do. And last but not least, we absolutely want to integrate social issue. And thanks to the wiki, Fabien told it, this document probably won't be read enough by citizens themselves. It will be read by specialists. And we absolutely want to involve citizens in the building of the cities itself. And that's why the integrated social issue is very important for us. And the wiki allows people, citizens, all the stakeholders to be involved in the project. So, it's pretty good. 2 minutes after 8 o'clock. So, I guess my president, we said there won't be any question, but you will have plenty of time in the 3 following days to ask us questions, and we will be very happy to answer your question. Thank you for your attention.